Yo, what up? Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji here, with another review. Now, before I begin, just want to let y'all know, as usual, that if y'all hear any talking and background noises and whatnot, that's my fam, alright? Even though it's a little quiet right now, just want to give y'all a heads up just in case. So, with that out of the way, let's continue on with this review, shall we? Now, today's review is going to be on the 7th or 8th story arc in the Hokuto no Ken, aka Fist of the North Star manga, created by Buronson and Tetsuo Hara. And it's the Cassandra arc. Now, this takes place after the Village of Miracles arc, where Kenshiro, Rei, Mamiya, along with Lin and Bot, I think it's Kenshiro, Rei, and Mamiya. But I think Lin and Bot stay behind on this one, where they decide to, search for Toki, who is, being imprisoned by Cassandra, thanks to Amiibo, who works for this man called Keno. They journey throughout the land to find this place of Cassandra, and once they find it, they realize it's a very dangerous prison, and a lot of very highly skilled martial arts are imprisoned there. And Keno decides to take their martial arts secrets and have them all to himself. You know what I'm saying? And one of the martial artists, hands over, one of his martial arts skills and secrets to him, and in service in order to protect his family. But unfortunately, with Keno, kills him. After that, later on, Kenshiro, Rei, and Mamiya were able to arrive at this prison, and they face a lot of challenges, especially with the Mongolian warden, Uyghur. I'm pretty sure he's Mongolian, who is also very skilled in the Taizan-ryu Soujobin, aka the Taizan style, 1,000 whip technique, which is pretty cool. They also face against, before that, they also face, the guards, Raiga and Fuga, who are very skilled in this ancient martial art. This ancient Chinese martial art revolves around, strings and whatnot. And for those of you that might not know, these characters will become one of the main inspirations for one of the stages in the Capcom shoot-'em-up game, The Lost World. And you will also see them, in the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 class of superheroes, where, they were the main inspiration for, that stage as well. So, as you know, Capcom and SNK, they take a lot of inspiration for a lot of manga and anime, as well as tokusatsu stuff, and a lot of Hong Kong and Taiwanese martial arts on top of that. But anyway, back to this arc before I go on a tangent. Kenshiro was able to defeat Raiga and Fuga, but, he spares them. Especially when they come to find out that they have, a brother, you know what I'm saying? And they have to do their job is to guard the prison to protect, their little brother. Eventually, they realize that Kenshiro, is this destined savior, and they decide to help him. Throughout, they face many challenges again, especially with Raiga, especially with, the warden, what I'm saying, and a lot of the men they run, Cassandra. Raiga and Fuga sacrifice their lives to help Kenshiro free all the prisoners, from Cassandra. And, and around that time, Kenshiro faces against the warden, Uyghur, who proves to be, a very tough mofo, he definitely got them hands. But like I said, with his skill in the Chinese martial art of Mount Tai, or Tai Shan in Mandarin, or Tai San, I believe, in Cantonese, with his Taizonryu Soujobin. He was able to give Kenshiro a little bit of the business, but Kenshiro was able to see through it and stop his whips. And so Uyghur decides to do this again with Kenshiro, to no avail, but Uyghur decided to use his Mongolian strength technique to beat Kenshiro for at least one time. But Kenshiro gets back up and decides to defeat Uyghur's little strength with the Hokuto Godetsu. You know what I'm saying? And he defeats, Uyghur, basically killing him. Oh yeah, I forgot that, Raiga and Fuga, did I say Raiga and Fuga sacrificed their lives? Oh, I forgot. They sacrificed their lives, afterwards. Sorry, y'all, it's been a minute since I've read this arc, so stay with me on this, bear with me on this. I think they did this around the time of the guards that dress up, what you see in South Asia and the Middle East. And I forgot their names, but they're pretty skilled with the sword, you know what I'm saying? But, they all sacrifice their lives afterwards, to help Kenshiro get to his destination. And, and Kenshiro was able to defeat some of the other guards and was able to find his way to Tokyo along with Manga and Rei, who also take care of the Cassandra guards. And because there's the guards of Cassandra say, you know what, Toki has to be killed so that way, Toki and Kenshiro won't be reunited as ordered by Keno. But Toki told him that it's already too late. Kenshiro's already here. And he decides to defeat the guards with the Hokuto Yujo Hongonken, which is like the merciful fist. I forgot the translation, but, my apologies. It's been a minute. But instead of pain, they feel a lot of ecstasy when they die, which is very interesting. Which makes sense because Toki is a master of his own style of Hokuto Shinken, known as, Ju no Ken, or the Fist of Gentleness. And, Toki's approach to Hokuto Shinken is inspired by Tai Chi Chuan, or Taigi Kun in Cantonese, Taikyoken in Japanese, Xingyi Chuan, Ba Guajan, or Ba Guajan, and what else? No, I think that, and Luhi Bafa, or Loha Bafa, or Lahu Bafa, basically. Laha Bafa. You know what I'm saying? Based on the internal Chinese, so his style was inspired by a lot of the internal Chinese kung fu styles, basically. Kenshiro is reunited with his second older brother Toki. You know what I'm saying? And and Cassandra, their reign. The reign of Cassandra ends, especially with the younger brother of Raiga Fuga killing one of the guards. And the prisoners are all free. And, Manga and Rei comment that all the cries have finally stopped. But Kenshiro says that he can still hear the cries. And Toki tells him that the only one that can stop these cries is you. And it cuts, you know what I'm saying? But, and it is revealed that Kano is Rao, the first eldest Hokuto brother. And he has his ambitions to use Hokuto Shinken to rule the heavens. As we see in the flashback with him, Kenshiro, and their adopted father, Ryuken. And our arc ends off with Rao, Kano, being informed that, Kenshiro and Toki reunite and Cassandra has been destroyed, and Keno said, and Rao says that he knows, and he plunders about Kenshiro and Toki and them stopping his plans to rule the heavens with Hokuto Shinken. Overall, the Cassandra arc is a pretty good story arc. Buronson definitely stepped it up on the writing, and Tetsuo Hara, as always, stepped it up with the art. So I highly recommend y'all checking out this particular story arc. You know what I'm saying? This story arc definitely gets a 5 out of 5 for sure, for sure. Hopefully y'all enjoy this review, despite it being a little long, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot to talk about in this arc. So let me know what y'all think about the Cassandra arc in the Hokuto no Ken, aka Fist of the North Star manga series, in the comments below. If y'all read it already. If y'all like this video, y'all can hit that like button and share it. If y'all enjoy this type of content, y'all can subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to keep y'all notified of the uploads. Y'all can also follow me on my other social media accounts. And stay tuned for more other reviews and more other videos along the way. So with all that said, this is your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, aka the Pervy Sensei, signing out. Peace.